Good evening, everyone. Welcome on in. I have changed the camera angle again since last time. How are we all doing today? I hope you're all feeling absolutely wonderful. Now, we are missing our little companion, so once again, let me go and grab her. Sitting in her little mug. The mug sitting in her mug. Shush, I love you. Welcome, guys, back to the finale of Doki Literature Club Plus. Now, I'm sad. I'm actually honestly sad that we reached the finale. Oh, look. The face protagonist, if they were a real character. Well, my head's not that fluffy, but he wears the actual uniform. So yeah, it makes even more sense with my character being a... Huh. I still love this. Look at the babies. Love them. Anyway, guys, how are we all doing today? Welcome on in. Today, we are going to be continuing with Doki Literature Club Plus to its end, unfortunately. We have trust, understanding, and respect. Last time, we played self-love, reflection, and balance. So, yes, I played these in reverse order. It's supposed to be down. I do apologize. But to put it bluntly, we'll have the events of today, then Sayori learns to not be so pushy with Natsuki. They come to a mutual respect. However, Yuri also wants to get to know Natsuki, so consults Monika. This leads to a letter being written that is given to Natsuki. Through that letter, truths come out. And finally, tall and small get along. But let us begin at the beginning. I'm not ready for this. Oh, don't fucking do the sad song for me already. Okay, everyone. The Literature Club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? I miss the debate club. Who knew it'd be so difficult to start a new club? I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose confidence. Monika is the only member of the Literature Club. In the days that have passed, all our efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Am I going about this wrong? Monika glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?" Maybe nobody's into enough literature to pick it over the other club interests. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them on a vision. A vision. But what kind of vision? Monika rests her head on the desk, deep in thought. But before she realizes it, the recent night of staying up late starts to catch up to her. It's so quiet, and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. Hello? Suddenly, a voice causes Monika to snap awake. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I never do this. Is this the napping club? No, this is... Monika pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is in fact the Literature Club. This is the Literature Club. Yay, I thought I got it wrong for a sec. I'm super sorry, it was like so unprofessional for me to do that. Don't apologize. I do it all the time. Oh. Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everyone? Well, about that. This is everyone. Really? Just you? But we're getting more members. I'm working really hard on it. Hold on a sec. If it's just you, that means I gotta be the vice president. Wait, Vice President? What are your qualifications? Well, I'm better at napping than you. She's so soft. I love her. Maybe I should be president. Now you're just making fun of me. Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name? Sayori? Okay, Sayori. I've been trying really hard on this club. I know you caught me at a weird time, but it's really disheartening to not be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was just joking about the vice president thing too. I would make a terrible vice president. I mean, I'm sure that... Monica tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she still doesn't know very much about Sayori. I'm sorry, this isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I've had a few more members at least? Well, no. I want to join now. Really? Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You're doing something amazing, and you should be proud of it, you know? So, let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so... Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monica, by the way. Monica? That's such a cool name. Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. But you're smiling. Well, I didn't say it didn't work. Monica glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it. So, what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can probably go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit club members. I can do that. Cool. And I don't think I need to put more thought into this for my vision for the club. You know, like a mission. My mission is to make everyone happy. And you succeeded. You cute little angel. You succeeded. Yeah, something like that I need to think about. Hey, do you like hugs? I guess so. Sayori suddenly pulled Monica into a friendly hug and they're like, Sayori is a hugger, Sayori is a hugger. Yes! Another thing in relation to the character. Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. Besides, Sayori whispers loudly, hug energy is what keeps me in my best. Oh my god, I have so much fun out of her hugging! Just look at the corner! Again, massive shout out to Nameless or Unknown Oracle for the artwork in the corner. Hug energy? Monica laughs. Although Sayori is very different from her, Monica feels her spirit lifted. Hey, welcome on in! Ate My Pumpkin, how are you doing today? Maybe it's just because she found another club member. We are doing the first 3 side stories today to catch up, as I did the last 3 by accident on the last stream. But, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people. Yeah, me too. Oh, Sayori is just... If I wasn't already attracted to Sayori for some weird reason, oh my god, this game has just made it. Also, can we just go off? Sayori likes cherry. Natsuki likes strawberry. Chocolate and raspberry for for Yuri. I've had it suggested winter cherry for Haruki. I think Haruki would like vanilla. Or sea salt. Sea salt ice cream. Because he is such a... He's kind of that person... He's the kind of person that would enjoy Kingdom Hearts. Not going to lie. A day passes, and the time comes for the Literature Club. Monica and Sayori to reconvene. As president, Monica ensures that she's the first to arrive at the club room. But she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining. No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly, Siri comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper. Sorry I'm late. I'm here. It's okay. Welcome back. And Siri spins over to Monica and deposits the sheet onto Monica's. I want to see that animated. Oh? What's this? Take my hand. Take my hand. Take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my step, so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up to you. The more I look forward, the more I look up. The more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Oh, hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Sayori? Of course. Wait, no, that's the wrong side of paper. Huh? I wasn't ready to share that yet. I'm so embarrassed. Monica flips over the paper. Written on the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting new club members. Oh, so this is what you wanted to show me. But I'm curious now. Do you write poetry often? I do, but I'm sure I'm not anywhere near as good as you are. Really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it over again in a week and write it and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. Mood! As someone that wrote fanfics, that's a mood. I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. Aw, you should have more confidence in yourself. You're the literature club president. I guess you're not wrong there. I need to, like, set a good example or whatever. You know what? I can envision the club doing something like that. Doing what? You know, like sharing poems we write and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I would love that. It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? It's like, we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people usually. But you can when it's in a poem, right? Yeah. I think that's what's helped me form a more cohesive vision of the club. So I'm glad you showed me, even though it was by accident. Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that someone else read it. I'll try to show you more of them in the future. I'd love that. Oh, jeez. I'm getting a little distracted. Do you want to go for this recruitment brainstorm together? My brain stormed so hard. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain's a natural disaster. Can you help me? Sayori, that's terrible. Anyway, let's take a look at the list. Make cupcakes? I was hungry, but it's a good idea, isn't it? Let me think about this. I mean, when would we have the chance to give people cupcakes? You know, when they like come into the club. What if we said we have free cupcakes on the flyers? I'm kind of worried that would bring the wrong kind of people, you know? Wrong kinds? People would come just for the cupcakes and then leave. Aw, nobody would do that. That would be mean. But you know, I want to find people who are really into literature. Even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list. Hunt for people for reading books. I don't think I get it. Like, go around school and find people who like reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. And we'll tell them to check out the literature club. Well, the problem with that is like, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How would we know if they're just reading for fun? Well, we could ask them. But then we'd be bothering people trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. You're coming up with a lot more than I can. Okay. Your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them up on the wall. I'd definitely like to start doing that. I'm useful. I never said you weren't. Just need to think. What would we tell people when handing them out? I don't want to be just like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people. What if you told them about the club activities and stuff? What club activities? Yeah, I suppose it's my job to come up with those, right? A vision for the club. Okay, Sayori, pretend you're a normal person for a second. Wait, I didn't mean like that. You know, like a random passerby who's getting a flyer. How would you like the idea of a literature club? Probably like, literature's stupid. I'm joining the anime club. What the heck? Sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine. MC! MC! Okay, what if I said like we were like, do group readings and discuss it together? I would probably nap through that. That's you, Sayori. Yeah, but that doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway. We need to really catch their interests, you know? Ugh, this sucks. Why is it so hard? Monica, don't be sad. What do you like about literature, Sayori? Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you the chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in a way you can't normally do. When you're just doing a normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like, intimate. Yeah. How do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self. Be intimate with us. Okay, that's kind of... I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. What is it? I forgot all my things in the classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me. Rushed? But what? Never mind. Do you want to go get your stuff then? I'll forget if I don't do it now. I'll wait for you here then. Okay, I'll only take a second. Sayori dashes out of the room, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jotting her thoughts on a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Write into your heart. Write your way right into his heart. Write the way into your heart. Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame. Monica! You startled me. Sorry, but it's something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book. Reading a book? Let's hurry and recruit her. Wait, are you sure she's not just doing homework? I could tell she was really into it. Well, I guess I could take a look. Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. Then, the two depart the classroom, with Sayori leading the way. If we go to the stairwell, we don't... Oh, no. This way. You don't have to run. Sayori leads Monica to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper. See? In here. Monica peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book. I feel like a creep doing this. You should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president, and I would probably scare her anyway. Okay, fine. I'll do it. Monica takes a deep breath, then timidly enters the classroom. That was fast. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Why? What happened? Well, I entered the classroom. She didn't even look up from her book. So I kind of just left the flyer on her desk, then walked out. That's kind of cute. But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club. I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two head back to the classroom. Sayori feeling rather accomplished, and Monica still feeling a little embarrassed by the encounter. Upon returning, Monica and Sayori resume their strategy meeting. They discuss various different kinds of recruitment tactics, from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list, with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two end in a better spot than they were to begin. Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it? Yeah, I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this? Sayori peers at the sheet of paper Monica was jotting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself. Join the literature club, ride the way into your heart. That's so cute! I thought it was a little over-dramatic, but... Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment. You know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. What do you mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing wrong. Yeah, but... Would you call yourself a perfectionist? Yeah? Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have this idea in my head of how I want things to go. And it's like, I can't accept anything less than that. Me with cosplay. But I think in the end, it helps me to try my hardest at everything. So, I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club. We have such an opportunity to make it into exactly how we envision it. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. So, I'm just really afraid of deviating from that. The vision. What's the vision? It's... Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs. I don't know. I just want everyone to... Monica trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against the sheet of paper. Right the way into your heart. I think that's what you're trying to do. Is to make the club that you need the most out of anyone. Well, you're the only one who knows yourself best, of course. But I'm here to help you. Monica returns Sayori's smile. It's sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really going to make the best club ever. Sayori nods, and the two remain silent for a moment. Lost in thought. The only sound is the steadying whisper of the air conditioner. And the only movement is the afternoon sunlight, trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home? You tell me. You're the president. In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow. Me too. Sayori beams and grabs her things. You can go on ahead. I need a few minutes still. Oh, I can wait. That's alright, I just want some time alone. In that case... Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica. Good luck! Monica smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the club room. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. This is Monica's story, I've just realised. This is literally Monica's story. Monica got no story and she got all the love here. She wasn't prepared for the self-reflection encouraged by Sayori. But she decides that it was something she probably needed right about now. The club I need the most. I don't get it. I just wanted to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to lend people to happiness, or lead people to happiness. Literature's the key to that. Because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who was always forced to smile and blend in. The person who's forced to be perfect. Monica suddenly notices a folder on the floor by her desk. Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope it doesn't have her homework in it. Worried, Monica opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The colour, the scent. It's so pretty in my hair. Every day, I pluck some flowers, as though they just grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, 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 every day. Pluck, 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 so pretty in my hair. Pluck, 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 you're going to die. And you too. Hello, Nick DeGrade. How are you doing today? Welcome. We're just finishing up the side stories of Doki Doki Literature Club. We're currently on chapter 1-1. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. it beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moments between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction. The prosperous fields. The fruits of my labour, the carnage of my joy, and that is why I've decided I must become the flower. What the... Wait... Sayori? Monika's realizing that she has depression. Oh, baby. Okay, so we have another piece of mail. OMG. Okay. Who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monika? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Paula. I will get 404'd in a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, e.g., not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulation. My theory's right. Monika is sentient. After the game, she's sentient. And this metaverse group is keeping her subdued. Which means, if this is the first mail, and this is the last one, have a nice weekend. Monika gets out. I've lost her. I've lost her. Maybe. Oh, I would definitely recommend this game as a horror. I'm doing the side stories, which are like the side stories are basically the prequel. But you unlock this. Okay, I think Monika's escaped. I think this says Monika escapes. Oh my god, she actually managed to escape from the subduing. And I think I've lost her is her key out. Have a nice weekend. That is how long you spend with, in the main game, before shit hits the fan, is the weekend. Have a nice weekend is what I think when it comes to what happens to Yuri. Also, can we just... Which one is it? Is it this one? This one. Having run a control is having a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. Could this be the main player? Could this be MC? MC gets mentioned as a friend of mine. But that's before this comes out. Limited and dissonant personality traits. I think that could be talking about the player character. Or something else. There is so much theory here. I want to work it out. Okay, so for pictures, we unlocked a few more poems. What else did we unlock? Is it concept? Not concept art. Well, obviously we unlock more poems, so that's good. Okay, side story. Trust part 2. Now, I'm going to scream at this part because it's going to be a Sayori thing. It's going to be a Sayori picture. And I think you can tell I love her with all my heart. One of the best things about being single is I can love a fictional character with all my heart. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monika should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. Oh, I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori's going through these kind of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time I didn't think to ask about her own feelings. So much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monika, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monika? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said that yesterday. You told me I'm trying to make the club what I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Though in silence, through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. So, for, I think, Ate My Pumpkin Nose, for Spartan and Nick the Great, just to explain lore, I'm sorry, it's kind of spoilers, but it's necessary knowledge to understand the game. Sayori has depression, and has been suffering depression since she was a child. And I said it when she first announces it to the player, but I'll say it again here. It's because I related to Sayori so much playing this game that I got myself checked. I thought I was just an angry kid who couldn't control his emotions when I was younger, and when the first game came out, I related so much to that a light bulb turned on in my head. I went to get evaluated, and thanks to this game, I was also diagnosed with depression and anxiety. And I wouldn't have gone had I not seen the red flags. Friends look out for each other. It just means I'm sorry. It's just another reason why I really connect with this character. I want to be here for you, as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about yesterday, it was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of a friend. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put that aside. So we can just move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in the ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise me you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about the recruitment? It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know? Hello, Lucina, as well. How was the convention? How was it being Cynthia? Also, there was leaks going around, and now we know Cynthia's rematch team. Cynthia is about to get really powerful. Turns out all the gyms in Sinnoh are going to have items now. They're going to be competitive. And Garchomp's going to get access to Poison Jab. There's no way I could say no to that. I just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. Hey, Evie, you're baking. Are you making cupcakes? That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. Oh, so I'm gonna tear up because they had the depression talk. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Christmas cake? Too early! Starting isn't so hard. You just kind of need to write your feelings down and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. Oh, I'm so glad. You get your feelings down first, and then you make it sound pretty later. It's not building a railroad, where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a collage, where you find all the things you want to put in, then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least, that's how I do it. It's not the only way, but it's a really good way to get stuck in at the beginning. I understand. Yeah. I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forgot what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out, you idiot, after she writes it down. No, keep it. She's vent writing! She's vent writing! Yes! Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is, you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But well, yeah. Monica stops for a moment. She puts her pen to her paper.
Your mother is a... in lorem ipsum admitum venium traguna hippopotamus Republican in Daniel Radcliffe with a bucket of... and a castle far away where no one can hear you. Soup with a bucket of Mickey Mouse, a stick of dynamite, magical, alakazam.
Monica. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites, you idiot. She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote that down when I'm mad at myself for... And then I did the exact same thing anyway. This is really going to take some getting used to. So far, I love this side story. I think, though, the Natsuki and Yuri one is also really sweet. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean, but also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. You got a Cynthia figure. Ooh. And you got, no pictures of Chrom? People are uncultured. No one plays Super Smash Bros. They're uncultured. It's surprisingly quiet. Quite a struggle. to write down without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monika's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all her random thoughts. Phew! Monika looks up and down her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you were trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. Ooh. It does. These two, oh. You got all pics now. Well, I will be looking at those pictures as soon as we're done here. If you guys aren't already, let me just... Oh, yes. Oh, I can't show you guys what I got today. I found bits for cosplays, and I can't show you guys because I've sent them off for work. No. Basically, my sister's going to be helping me with some bits, so... Yeah. My sister has an embroidery machine, so we're going to do some embroidering on it. Anyway, guys, off topic. If you guys are interested in seeing Lucina's photos and pictures from their convention, there's a link to their Instagram right there. Go and give them a follow, give them a like. They're a very talented cosplayer. One that I really can't wait to meet. Hopefully meet one day in real life. Obviously, like, honestly, a lot of the cosplay community, Evie, you're the same. I can't wait to meet you guys in real life. I think, I'm gonna be honest, it might not happen right away, but either that night or days later, I'm gonna be in tears. If it doesn't happen when we meet, at some point I'm gonna be in tears. Because meeting people feels like one of those things that's never gonna happen. And yet, it is so easy to do. All I have to do, order a hotel, take a plane. And honestly, I do think that with QCon, I might stay a week in Ireland. I've talked to my family, and turns out my dad has a lot of euro that still needs to be spent and used. So, in the case of going up north and then taking a train down to the Republic of Ireland, I'll have currency available, kind of thing. It does look like for next year a lot of flowers are starting to bloom. We obviously have Animanga Pop all ready to go. We have the Dev Cons coming back. We have all these local cons coming back. I do want to go to MCM, but I might go MCM Birmingham next year. Because I sent you the picture I sent you it on Instagram, Evie. That Beto cosplayer dance, oh my god. Oh my god. You're definitely Britney Spears toxic. Whew. Right. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new fly for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay! Let's do it! Monika and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident with the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. I want to see this artwork. When are we seeing the artwork? Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Oh, we've got another chapter before the artwork. Oh, nice! In May! That gives me some time. We'll see how it goes. I've been really struggling with money. And I got confirmation that the Genshin cards for the stream opening and everything, they have been shipped. They'll be here within 2 months. Another day passes. As usual, Monika's the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised Literature Club flyer, complete with a few new ideas Monika and Sayori came up with. Also, I just want to mention this. Something I noticed, okay? The artwork that Oracle drew. The artwork that's up on the wall over there. You guys won't be able to see it, but next to the flag. And think some of the other Sunbeam artwork. Like, I did this instinctively. Right? Also, I love this song. That one. And that one. This one as well, by Mika Paranormal. And the one I drew. They all have something to do with hugs and receiving hugs. And Sayori mentioned at the beginning of chapter 1 that she runs on hug energy, and I just... I feel honored. If only this flyer we gave to the one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one. But the new catchphrase is featured clearly on the center of the flyer. Right the way into your heart. I love that lore. Right the way into your heart. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. Surely, common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is the one that can use writings to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monica and Sayori had thought that would be enough to garner the curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting, where she performed the writing exercise. Well, was I always so bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be present if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. Debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself. For real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Another reference! Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh. Out of spite for herself, Monica presses the pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. I feel so sorry for her, but I shouldn't. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here. Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach the desk and stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new flyers look so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just so hard to be vulnerable. Sayori takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monica with a sadness in her eyes. No, don't do this. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading that line. I said it so many times in my life. And I never really want to say it again. It's okay. Sayori. This is really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So, if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head's like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday, I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Hug her, Monica, please. Do me a solid and hug her. Were Monica's own futile, but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths could be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So, I never tell anyone about these kind of thoughts I have. It's so much easier just to smile and help everyone else. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wanted to say. But she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. Sayori, you hit so fucking hard. You hit so close to home. I too just want everyone to be happy, although I don't struggle to show my emotions as much, but that's the most important thing to me, and letting people inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori pauses again, her somber expression making it almost look like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried I'll become one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about the club it's supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was the right thing for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence. And our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is the only two people, but it really means this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monica steps forward. But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy. if you'd like.
On the floor, guys. Come on. Come on, finish this.
Oh my god, my angel. Wordlessly, and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monika's shoulder. Through their contact, Monika can almost feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. At this moment, enchanted by the air at the club, Monika realizes that all these days have passed. This is the one where she's really hoped that no one knew what's through the door. She speaks softly. Also, I'm just gonna mention this here. I know it probably means nothing, but it's a small detail that's irking me. How that curtain is torn. I think that's a small detail, and because I know how this game is with the files, I think that's a small detail. I do need hug energy. I just need hug energy in general, Evie. We do have this one. Where Awie's hugging a heart. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. Mwah. Yes, she is. I know, it's weird that a grown man is like adoring a plushie, but fuck you guys if you think it's weird. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breathing begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to speak, to say things she's never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless, and everyone would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as tears fall down her cheek. I'm just... Sayori, you're hitting so fucking close to home! I think I mentioned it on my previous stream that I've attempted to take my life before. That's the exact same fucking thing I said that night. Before she saved me. I'm useless. I'm pathetic. It'd be better if I was dead. I mean, oh my fucking god. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I just want them to go away, and now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses composure, Monika becomes more determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monika offers a few words of comfort. But she knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong. And Monika can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do. Wait, Morax had money? What the fuck? What the fuck? Since when does Zhongli carry Mora? Now! Where is it? I put this up on my Insta the other day, but I'm gonna mention it now. Not a lot of Mora left. Only 10 Mora. Literally, my bag gave me 10 Moira. 10 Mora. It knew I was doing Toma. He might be able to create it, but he shouldn't have it. Oh, I mean, I guess if he's Morax, he's like previous Zhongli. He's not Zhongli yet. So yeah, he'd still have the god powers. Sorry. I just need this distraction from the game for a second. Because I need to not... Oh boy! You have so much value. To me, and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I'd still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision. You also brought us happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Siri doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. My heart is... Hang on a second. My pulse is fast. Oh my god. I guess that's the reason why this game's called Doki Doki, huh? The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies, and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are just harder than others. Well, I'll be here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. But if that's what makes you happy... Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but... have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary. Since it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah. Also, because professionals won't do shit! Fuck you, NHS! Not really. Like, I'm saying this just out of anger for the situation. The NHS are wonderful people. Don't disrespect them. NHS nurses are doing all they can, but they are under a lot of pressure. I'm talking about directly the mental health part of the NHS. Fuck you guys. I went in twice after trying to take my own life. And what did they respond? Are you alive? Yes, you are. Here's some medication. You're fine. It's something that always angers me. I don't feel that mental health was taken seriously enough. And that is why it is so great to see games like this talk so much about it. And why it's so great to see mental health taking a fore and frontmost. This is another reason why I want to be around as a streamer. I want to bring confidence to those that believe in their mental health that they can't. I want to prove that mental health may stop you doing things, but it's no more than a gate. It's not a brick wall to run to. It's a gate to leap. Well, of course, it'll always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing you would. Suri suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired. And hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say it's definitely one of the things that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. That's also kind of how Haruki would enter, so that's cute. Oh wow, that just passes straight onto Yuri's one. That's cute. Right, what do we get? We got the precious babies. I'm not ready for this. Oh, that's so cute. Right. I'm going to go into the bathroom real quick, guys. I'll be back in 1 second. Please bear with me. Put some music on for you guys. And I'll be right back, guys. Oh, my chair's stuck again. Hey guys, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about like taking breaks and that. I'm sorry about crying and everything. If I'm honest, I know it's not the manly thing to do, but you know what? Fuck that. Guys, any guy watching the stream, all right? If you feel emotional, be fucking emotional. I'm sick and tired of masculinity saying guys can't cry, guys can't be sad, guys can't blah blah blah. I'm sick of that one. I'm always sick of that idea. Because all you're doing is making yourself unattractive. You're making yourself attractive to the wrong crowd. Also, I had a small concept idea, but I don't know how to weave it into something. I just want Sayori to be sad and Haruki just be like, alright, you know what, Sayori? We're making a pillow fort. We're making a pillow fort. We're going to lay down. We're going to write poems together in this pillow fort. Maybe it's just a picture of like the two of them just like laying next to each other with books out in front of them. So he's there sketching, she's there drawing poetry, and they're just inside a pillow fort. Oh my god, now I want that. Oh my god, now it's another commission. No! My money! I mean, to be fair, I also really want to get the D&D version done. Oh, I don't even have money to pay Oracle for it just now, right at the moment. Also, I think I'm starting to put together the side story, but I'm not sure. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway and stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She's very conspicuously mouths to Monica. That's alright, buddy. Thanks for having me on. It's her. It's the girl. It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across alone in the reading room. Thanks to Monica leaving a flower on her desk, it seems she found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please, come inside. The girl fully steps into the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail containing her excitement. It's happening. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica, and this is Sayori, and we run the literature club, even though it's just us so far, but what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone's welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So, what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy's cool. Yeah. Have you heard of Annabelle Dupont? Can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. More lore! I'm sorry, Oracle, but I'm going to have to take your picture down just for Yuri's face. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckle against her cheek in joy. You can borrow my books. I wouldn't mind. You're in for a really incredible experience. Monica stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You only probably need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True. Okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god. I was not prepared for that. How do I handle someone so intense? I have like no experience with fantasy. Except maybe that's stuff that I read when I was a kid. It's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'd be fine. In fact, I think it's neat we'll have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is our only interest? Doesn't it seem like that? Monica, don't you think you should be a little more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you were afraid of not being able to take the lead. The heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You're pretty great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending some time with her. Yay! That's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice. I'm probably going to need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which, compared with her short time gone, indicates that she must have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book that Yuri had brought in for her was equal in size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Well, there's probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over theirs would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think like, if we were going to be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room. Monica smiles and nods while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down and looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she had anything more to add. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, But that's my fault, since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only have found out because she... Yuri glances over to Monica. Monica? Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens, and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days to come here just because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was. But I decided that was probably irrational. Wait, no, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you, and so I just walked out. I was actually really hoping you would pop by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things in the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too. Such as there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I really have a hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So, it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. Ah, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are interested in the same things, except online. So, I thought the literature club would provide a good chance for me to do that. What kind of other things are you into? Like, genres? I don't know, like, just anything. Even if it's not literature. Oh, just things you think would be dumb. Suri pauses, a face of concern, a look of concern on her face. How about I tell you a little something I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into? I suppose that would be okay. Okay! Well, I'm pretty into, like, crafty things. Like making cute little collages, different things, like cards or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff, because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. But then I put it off till last minute. So yeah, that's kind of something silly I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much. You'd be surprised how much you can do with just scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something I'm into now, right? Suri nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. I'm not. Oh yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri, I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after getting cut off. I like going out in the woods, or the park, or just places you can walk and sit and not have people around. It's peaceful. It's just kind of nice to remove myself from everything that matters. Let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow. I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find you have a lot more time to do things than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, are you two going to be starting on that book in the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the club room. Ah, Sayori, you're a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting a book with her next meeting? I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to only find Sayori in the club room. It's club time again! Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us today, if that's okay. She went to the computers. That could mean something as well. Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Siri tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my book, and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because, you know, you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that no one was truly interested. But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have been working on the recruitment stuff mainly, so it just sounded like something fun that we could do together, reading your books. You know, like, as a club activity. That'd be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place. You're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to make you feel more comfortable here. Siri pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Siri reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell? Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. Oh, it's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, right, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes. Like maps, timelines, family trees, or just taking notes. Yuri is definitely the DM. In a D&D one, Yuri is definitely the DM. Jesus. Okay, I thought it would be Monica, but no. Drawing stuff out like this, that'd be straight up Yuri Street. Haruki teaches Yuri how to DM. And the story is her first one-shot. So every now and then, Haruki interjects as a player just to help her. Oh, that'd be so sweet. Notes? I mean, yeah, that's an effective strategy. Exactly. I'm sure I'll be especially helpful for someone new to the game. Serious joke flew completely over Yuri's head. But thinking about it, she decides that it's probably best that it did. How is it possible for anything to fly over her head with how tall she is? It more like slapped her dead in the face and fell off like a fish. Well, I'm not used to having company though, through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and a light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful about anything that involves real people. That should be evident enough in the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else that comes off as smart. Especially you. No! Suri rubs her shoulder up against Yuri's. You're a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Suri through the basics of the fantasy world with her story takes place in. The more she details the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Suri seems to have. Definitely a DM! But despite Suri's expectations, Yuri elegantly guides her through it in a way that's super fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds passion and leaning towards. How can people end up with this stuff? It's like the opposite end of the writing I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just putting down the feelings that come into your head, you know? This is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, so you're into poetry. I think there's an appendix that includes the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. No way. Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It must mean Yuri's having fun. Anyway, I think we can start reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Suri jots Yuri's patient into her notes. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient, because I need someone like that sometimes. A lot of times. Suri flips through the first page of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Suri turns the page. These footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require an explanation to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sarah's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions had been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations, and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now, or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Suri rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to value and understand the value in the notes, as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often, and even adding to them. But her reductions in questions comes not from getting across to the reader, but rather from her fearing she'll come across as stupid. At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. I don't know, when it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and keep doing my best, and so I can see it the way you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. But I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sayori is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. No! Don't leave my baby alone! I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Otaku, welcome! How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. We are currently playing through the side stories, finishing off Doki Doki Literature Club. In the last stream we did do 6, 5, and 4. Today we are doing 1, 2, and 3. We are currently on 2-1. Unless she forgot to take it with her. Oh, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she was enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down by having so much trouble following along. Yeah. I'm sure if I was smarter, she would have had so much more fun. Oh, is everything alright there, bud? I need to do better for her. What's got you upset? I know this game's got me upset. I had to have this. That means this next one will give us the Natsuki picture. Oh no, we got the Natsuki picture. I love it. This is the old artwork. And this is the new artwork. I love that we got them both. Man, the artwork in this game is so beautiful. Oh, you like Natsuki? Well, I think it's clear who I like. We've got this little one down here. And just behind me, because I'm lonely. I'm a lonely person, unfortunately. Yeah. And then if I bring up my artwork, or the artwork that I commissioned, again, big credit to Nameless Oracle for commissioning this one. Before we get on to 1-2, we are going to just take another quick bathroom break, so please bear with me. And I will see you guys in 1 second, so let me, again, leave you some music. Let's do Lavender Mist. It's nice to find someone that likes Natsuki as well. I will talk more once I return. Please just bear with me. Unfortunately, because of the amount I play this game, I do need a lot of water. Oh, these stories are hurting. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the wait. Thank you for your patience. I will say, yeah, it's nice to find someone like, say, Natsuki. Evie in the chat, big fan of Monica. Oracle, drew the art, big fan of Yuri. I'm obviously a big fan of Sayori. So it's really nice. I honestly see Natsuki as such a little sister type, and I love that. 1-2. Understanding, part 2. For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Oh god, my stomach's rumbling. I haven't eaten yet. Oh dear. Sitting at the desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. It was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm just a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causing her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri. Not Monika. As long as it's not too dark. If you've had a bad day, I don't mind just think of it. Like, in these streams, I'll admit, I've trauma dumped in this stream alone in playing this game because I was really relatant to Sayori's problems, and I said it earlier in this stream, I was actually diagnosed with depression and anxiety following noticing a lot of shared flags with Sayori. Now, if it's really dark, obviously there's a time and a place. Unfortunately, Twitch doesn't allow that place. It's a bit of a rough one, because it wouldn't be fair if I said don't trauma dump when I trauma dump was on these ones. Gosh, I'm so late. Why do I have to help those other students with their work? If you want to go ahead, I want to see if I can help. Like I said to someone, I want to see everyone happy. I'm such a pushover sometimes. It's going to leave such a bad impression on the new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monika runs to the upper corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Yuri jumps at the sound of Monika's voice. She's sitting outside the club room, against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh, gosh. Sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside. The door to the club room's open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was just wondering if I could get you to help. I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yeah. Monika is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden, when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monika looks into the club room to see Sayori sitting alone inside. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'll be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monika is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflicts that may have arisen. It's a little ironic, she realizes, that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of the new flyer and then go around the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods, and the two set off. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monika finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monika tenses up at the stinted conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? Sorry I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight from the computer lab to working on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah. Is it that your mother doesn't like them or isn't sure about them? Because I've only had that with online relationships or liking people online. And my parents have been like, no, don't, they're gonna hurt you. And yeah, they did hurt me. One of my best friends that I had last year, and unfortunately no longer best friend, they hurt me. Like, don't get me wrong. There's only one person that I dated online. Right? She used me to cheat on other people. She is the only person I will not allow back in my life. Ever. Older than you by 2 years. Okay. Do not answer this question specifically because I do not want your personal information online. Are you above or below the age of 18? Because that might have something to do with it. You know what I mean? Both under. Okay. So your mother's probably just concerned because you're both under that age. And admittedly, under that age is when decisions are at the hardest. I can see the concern, but if you think it is right, only you can chase the feeling, kind of thing. You've now met them, and you've seen them, so that hurdle's at least out of the way. I can understand probably I can understand the concern, but I would not discourage you from just going for it, personally. If it doesn't work out, it wouldn't work out. If it does work out, you know, the worst case scenario is that it doesn't work out. Kind of thing. Alright, so just pursue what you want to pursue. It's kind of funny.
You have my thanks.
Thank you so much as well for the follow. I'm sorry this is going to be kind of cringe, but welcome to the Arcadia, where the doors are open and the games are on. We hope you enjoy your stay with us. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me, because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. Yeah, the reason, by the way, I will say, I'm glad you kept it as vague as possible, because this stuff does go up on YouTube, just to warn you. I haven't been warning other people, and I probably should. So that will appear on YouTube. It's very unlikely that it'll appear to a lot of people, but I always just want to put it out there to people. Obviously, it's more important that people are safe. Oh, is that an L? Is it Lutaku? I thought it was Iotaku. I do apologize. But it's so cool that you're able to get Sayuri into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it. And I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again. As if she started her thought, but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence. Then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. I will just let all my new viewers know, we do usually do RPG games, but as originally stated, I'm glad to hear that. As previously stated, guys, Doki Literature Club is a special game, as I've said it multiple times during the stream. I can say it. Doki Literature Club opened my eyes about the consequences if I was to commit suicide myself. And after being in a suicidal state, the game opened my eyes to the consideration of others. It held out an olive branch and saved my life. So, yeah. Usually we play games like Genshin Impact. Final Fantasy XIV was something I was considering. We're considering the new Pokemon and Final Fantasy. You know, we mainly focus on RPG games, and every now and then we do a random variety game. And I chose Doki to do because, well, why wouldn't I do the game that means the world to me? Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, it's an issue with me. So, I feel wrong for inconveniencing you all with it. Ah. Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as the president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join the club. Hopefully, anyway. And learning from the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with better club activities that everyone could be happy with. Everyone could be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about an arbitrary subject? I can talk for hours about the things I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So, I understand that about myself, that I'm not good with people. I can't help it. It just feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. And Sayori falls into the third category. What? Hold on. You're saying Sayori's taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me, or don't connect my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she wouldn't just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down, with her fists clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship is one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making it sound so... No. I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone, however how much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can be resolved without them understanding each other better, or can't be resolved. Sayori wants to be your friend, I promise you that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to be good at communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this circle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of pushing people away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session. But I understand now. I just need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You just need help there. You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something I'm really bad at. You know? About people. So, thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri's voice really makes me dry on the throat. Yuri and Monica finished replacing the old flyers with new ones. More accurately, Monica mostly did the work, while Yuri followed along. But at the club, as the clubroom once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that's one downside of writing here in the clubroom rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while I'm reading. So I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the clubroom. You can, like, use an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I mean, that'd be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs to the hallway as Yuri smiles fades once more. A moment of daydream about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri? Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Suri shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sayori's been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first, but I got most of the way through it. And look! Suri holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of her notes, beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you'd get disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Suri's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response to what she was expecting. I'm sorry. Suri looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. If I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally.
Thanks.
Mike, thank you so much for the follow. Hello, how are you doing today? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Arcadia, where the doors are open and the games are on. I hope you enjoy your stay with us. How is your day going? We're currently playing through the side stories. We're currently on 2, I think? Yes. 2-2. I'm doing really nice today. I've had my little cry over Sayori. So. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay, just tell me. I don't need to be treated just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So, I thought that if we did something together you really like, I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. The side stories are basically the creation of the literature club. If you can't tell by this little girl down here and that picture up there, Sayori is my comfort character. So I really relate to her. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard just to articulate your thoughts? Why'd you end up pushing everyone away from you? Well, I'm not going to spoil it then, just in case you want to play. So, spoiler warning here for you, my friend. Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. Should she leave? Just escape from here? Before Monica sees her like this? Before Sayori tells Monica what she did? But before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms wrap around her. The hugger! The side stories are the creation of the literature club and the formation of everyone. It says about how all the girls basically met. It's okay. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. I wish she would hug me like that. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through a clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. The artwork that the side stories give is so adorable, and I understand. I understand the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're trying to feel right now. I promise, I understand that. So, I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings, and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again, and nods her head. It is very hard to remember this is a horror game. The side stories, I say, are pre-horror. However, I'm receiving emails in the game. Something is afoot. She gives herself a minute to compress her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people, so it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori does not interrupt. Rather, she waits for Sayori to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that was finally my chance to make friends for my interests, because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's all I've got going for me. How many emails are there, Evie, if you could let me know? But then, whenever I catch myself getting awfully obsessed in front of each other's people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. But how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? What do you mean it all depends on your path? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining them for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. I thought I was doing 100%. I did 100% of the story, though I think I missed 1 or 2 poems, so I don't know how to get them. Thank you for helping me understand you a little better. You know, you were so great at helping me while you were reading. So, I'll help you with the things you need to. But I feel like it'd just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you'd be as frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know. But my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah. Irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way you could frustrate me. Because I already like the person the way you are. I know you said you'd have a hard time believing that, but I promise it's true. It's also going through all the side stories that you should unlock. One more story? You don't have to be a social person for the people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird in the literature club. It's the best part. We're all different, and we have different interests. Like, about the book. I'm reading it because I want to, I promise. That's really what I want. It's a bit of a struggle, but I try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that, but I'll be glad that I tried it and learn more from you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile at the comment. Oh, look at her! Look at her face! Oh, you can't tell me those aren't cheeks that you just want to rub the back of your hand and like the hair you want to pet. Already, a heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms. I still wish Sayori would hug me like that. Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I'm awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. She cut her own hair! That explains the messiness! Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening, rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. 2 more. You should have 7 altogether with a secret one. I haven't got a secret one. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we continued reading. That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be so offended. Of course. I'm not going to judge anything this early on, though. So, we'll just see what happens. Oh, and, I'm not good at touching people without their consent first. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back. Monica's back. I haven't seen you, like, at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monica. She whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monica. I want Sayori in my life! I want someone that will hug me! I just want hugs a lot of the time. A lot of the time, I feel like I need hugs. This morning when I woke up, I just wanted to have someone hug me and to hold someone. Oh, yeah, Yuri. It might be good to know. Sayori can kind of be a hug monster. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Yuri laughs. Monica's perplexed looks between the two of them and smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity for the literature club. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think it'd be inconsiderate not for me to return the favor and learn about the things you like. Yeah! Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles.
Justin Othanate summons 3 units to the field.
You have my thanks.
Nate, thank you so much, man. You're just in time. We're just about to go through the final side story. Respect between Monica and Natsuki. Let's quickly give my boy Nate just another Nate a shout out. Playing Animal Crossing as well, huh? Oh my god. You're Sayu there. I'm glad I'm not the only one that happened to. How are you doing tonight, Nate? I am just going to be right back in a second because if I'm honest with you guys, I didn't have lunch and I didn't have dinner. I had breakfast, but I didn't have the other two, so I do need to grab a quick snack in a second. But for the Raiders, welcome on in. My name is Crunchsweets. I run the Arcadia Network with my good companion, Owie, unfortunately. I want to find the people that design these plushies. I would like a plushie of Owie. Same height, similar design, like giant head and all that. I would love one. So she could just sit here, and I could literally just go, "I'm my little companion, Owie." You know what I mean? I feel like that'd be a really nice little thing for this stream. But anyway, we run the Arcadia Network, a variety channel, mainly focusing on RPG games. However, every now and then, as you can see here, we play a nice little other game. In this case, the psychological horror game, Doki Literature Club. I know it doesn't look like psychological horror. Trust me, main story, it is. Also, it's a kawaii gamer. Welcome to Arcadia, where the doors are open and the games are on. We hope you enjoy your stay with us. Usually I am a VTuber, but as Doki is a game that means the world to me, I've decided to take it as a face cam. Look at her! Look at her and all her little sticky notes. Let's have a look. Is there anything here? Beach packing list. Don't forget, aka Monica, about this. This is really fun. Drawings of the girls. She did... Oh, the pancake. The pancake just to the right of her head. She did it. She did the S that we all did in school. Great job. Treat yourself. We're in this together. Wake up early. So, you are my sunshine.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
That's one of the songs that I have to relate to her. Holy your guy. I don't actually know words, so I'm talking gibberish, although I wish I could swear in other languages. Also, I see a sticky note that's perfect for you there, Evie. Be positive! Homework. Much things. Study for quiz. Pack snacks. Oh, she's precious. I love her. So, we are missing some bits. We're also going to get one more of these. I wonder if we'll unlock the rest of this in due time. We also do have a new mail. As a reminder, to help guide our data collection, any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the virtual metaverse affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to the virtual metaverse affect a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate an experiment with their ability to change the content of their VM? How is an elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values are contributing to the structure of the universe? Well, Monica is the subject here. Paula Minor. Most importantly, how might your observations apply to our own universe? How can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? The access. Elevated access. Yeah, she's been given more permission. Whoever's in charge of the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you change it back? It's unprofessional and ruins the risk of drawing eyes. Monica, you have elevate. They clearly, obviously, Monica has elevated access at this point. I can't scroll it down. Because we also have it noted here. It must have been so hard to delicately hide Monica's elevated permissions. Her access. Monica. So yeah, these are out of track. But we're looking at these in terms of how they are. So this still goes with my progress, my idea, my theory. Monica was given this sentience. She was given this ability. Kind of thing. That she has in the main game. Here, she's out. Monica is free. Have a nice weekend makes me think of the weekend before the festival. Monica is free. Either she escapes the system or into a human vessel. Five Nights at Freddy's makes me think she escapes into a human vessel. If that is the case, who the fuck is this I've Laster? By the way, I've Laster? No, wait, I've Laster. As I say, I've Laster? I think that's actually I've lost her. I've lost her. Monica is missing. She's gone. I've lost her. Monica is free. I'm onto something. Well, I can't wait. Well, the thing is, the puzzle comes, I'll admit, partially spoiled. Thanks, Matt Pat, you fucking prick. I wait so long to play this game. I avoid your fucking videos. Yet you put it, it comes up as a promotion thing. But now, that's a game theory. That might not be what actually happens. So, I kept an open mind. It's at the back of my mind, but I kept it open. However, I also do know with the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise and how that's horror works of, you know, taking a vessel. Now, I know for a fact that elevated platforms, here, they're talking about Monica's higher sentience. How is it being weaponized? How is Monica using it against everyone else? But at this point, maybe they don't realize she's got it, or they're experimenting on her with it. It starts with an experiment, but she breaks free. I want to say, LibMusi, yes, you're aware that they're like virtual worlds. VW, metaverse. A metaverse is a virtual world, or a alternate world. Metaverse is a place in Persona 5 as well, where cognitions are rampant. This is where you come across this is where people's desires truly lay, where their true envy and all that kind of stuff lies. It's almost like the world into people's hearts is the metaverse. So metaverse literally means another world. It's also a card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the effect of it, it's a trap card, that once activated allows you to grab a field spell, another world, and add it to your hand. So just by fact, the place being called Metaverse is a giant link to this being a virtual world. VM1 and VM2 are two worlds Monica knows thanks to our access. I'll leave them there. Well, we have one of the VMs here. The main game is by far one of the VMs. I would like to have thought that VM1 and 2 are the original game and Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Yes. Libertina. Wait a minute. Libertina? Okay, I thought there might be like some word going down, but there isn't so far. Project Libertrina. Did they mention that yet? I'm trying to think. I don't think they've mentioned it here, but just say that word makes me think of liberate. Right, I'm going to go to the bathroom once more. And I'm going to grab some food, as I haven't eaten properly, and it's probably very important that I do. Sayori. Be cute, be gay, do crimes. I don't know why be gay, do crimes has been the thing I've been shouting a bit too much recently. Literally, I cross the road while it's a red light, and I just shout, be gay, do crime! I'll see you guys in 1 second. Hi. I decided to get a cup of tea. Ooh, you know what? Because we're having a cup of tea, why not? Let's put Yuri down. So I had some thoughts, and I remembered something really embarrassing. One, I wanted to say, I love this. Who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Parla. I get errored in a microsecond. Wait, I get 404'd. I'll get 404'd. That either means he'll get his ass beat, or all these members of the company are also virtual. And he's saying, I will get deleted myself. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? So, Monica here, not screaming for help. Music, you're way too fucking happy for this. Hang on. Not e.g. not screaming for help. Monica, they know Monica is not happy. They know she wants to get out. I assume they're coming from the control simulation, which is the side stories, where they're trying to subdue her. Basically, think of it like this way. They've currently got her plugged into a machine to power something, and they're feeding her fake memories, in a sci-fi sense. But I like how this tags the Twitter account for Monica. For those that don't know, it's like Little Monks or something, or Lil Monks, something along those lines. I know it's a big one, but I do also remember that the official voice actress for Monica actually privated her Twitter because she was getting so much pestering. So guys, please be considerate of other voice actors. Although, if my girl was voiced, I would do anything to meet her voice actress. Honestly, I would love to meet Monica's voice actress as well. But, at the end of the day, I think compared to other voice actors, Monica's voice actress is more just like me and you. She's just a normal person on the street, you know? She doesn't have the glitz or glamour that a lot of big voice actors do. So, the embarrassing thing is Have a Nice Weekend is also something a bit saucy I ended up writing. It was a challenge by my friends at the time, because I was only good at writing fluff. And I decided to do a Doki Doki one with, like, Monica forcing it in the files. I didn't really write much of it because I got so I get really embarrassed, okay? I can't really write smart. I get embarrassed. This is why I like fluff so much, because it's cute. But apparently what I did write was really goddamn good. So, you know, move aside whatever your name is. The new writer for the next 50 Shades of Grey is right here. He just can't write it because he's too embarrassed. Yeah! Okay, let's finish this off, shall we? Respect. Respect. It's been several weeks since the club had officially started. Through their initial setbacks, 3 club members so far, Monica and Sayori and Yuri, have increased their collective bond within the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all 3 of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. I want to see someone write it. I might have to write it, but I don't know if I'd be able to, because someone please write the girls playing D&D and add Haruki as a ranger. As I say, Sayori is a cleric. She wants everyone to be happy. I thought Monica would be the DM, but there's no way she would be. With the knowledge of fantasy and taking notes that a DM does, definitely Yuri's job. Monica would be a paladin, because she would want her own justice. She knows her justice. She would be the chaotic good. Well, not chaotic good, the neutral good. Natsuki would be the fighter or the barbarian, because, you know, angry gremlin noises. And I think, even though she's a DM, Yuri would probably have a DM NPC of a wizard. A wizard that would help guide the party. Or a warlock. But I'd say Haruki would be a ranger, which I know doesn't make much sense, but I've personally always had a lot of liking for rangers. Plus, empath, he fills the forest. On a day like any other, the 3 find themselves suddenly interrupted by the club room door opening. In walks a girl that none of them had seen before. Hi. Sayori tugs excitedly at Monica's sleeve. Mom! Mom! Look! A gremlin! Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. Are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Yay, that's great. Thank you for stopping by. It's kind of a small club, so it's really exciting to see new faces. Yeah. Come and sit down somewhere. You can come sit next down to my desk. Suri prances over to her desk and presses her palms onto it. Oh, and Yuri can make you some tea. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having attention drawn to her. Natsuki silently gazes between everyone, then sits down next to Sayori. Monica follows by sitting nearby. Hello, Frankie-Fly. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. The sun gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound so bad after all. Okay then, how about we all introduce ourselves? I'm doing really well today. I hope you're having a lovely day today. Okay. Well, I'm Monica. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way of people expressing themselves through writing or reading, or whatever kind of literature. Haruki just drawing in the corner. Art homework, nice! You know, I figured it was your club. You have that vibe. I have what vibe? Oh, you know, like... Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna judge people I just met like that. Very adult of you. I always judge people so hard. Oh, no, you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across from the room. Natsuki giggles. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, yes, she fucking does. I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. Oh, and I also like poetry. Oh yeah? Very adult-like of you. I'm an adult. The sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room. Oh, that's Yuri. Suri lowers her voice. She's kind of shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her. Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. And my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. Ooh, let's get ice cream. My favorite flavor is probably cookie dough. Or maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough. She is a woman of taste. I'm guessing cookie dough with a cherry on top. I was saying about Haruki probably having vanilla as his, but then again, I'm trying to think what Haruki's favorite ice cream would be.
Bruh.
Hello there, Mars. How you doing today? And Monica's is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. I'm trying to think what my favorite is, actually. My favorite ice cream flavor, because I do like my cookie dough. I like the Ben & Jerry's cookie dough. I crave Ben & Jerry's cookie dough to the point it's not funny. And if if people aren't careful, I will binge eat an entire tub in about half an hour. What ice cream flavor do I usually go for? I mean, I like honeycomb crunch. I used to be a big fan of honeycomb. You know what? Maybe that's Haruki's favorite. Honeycomb. No. I'm keeping to my other original idea. Haruki is someone that's played a certain game. He likes sea salt ice cream, but can hardly find anywhere that sells it. Anyone that knows where sea salt ice cream is from, I mean, it's pretty well known now. What's Yuri's favorite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I got no idea for Yuri. Still, it's pretty chill here. Do you just, like, hang out, or do you actually do club stuff? Well, we do club stuff too. It just hasn't been very structured yet, since we only have, like, 3 members, so we're kind of just loosely spending our time doing the stuff we like. But I keep thinking it's time we start with, like, some more structured activities. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one. I'm glad you guys are liking all the little sound redeems. I don't want to have to put any of them up to things, kind of thing. I like having some free ones. I want to add more to it. Unfortunately, sound alerts only allows you to have so many. I would love to have had a Doki Literature Club one. I mean, I already know you're in the process of getting a long man. Talking of, the long girl's not here. I'm gonna be honest, I'm glad I sent that. Because I think your reaction with it, and the chat's reaction just made my night, so big thank you for that one. Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you'd like to get the club into? Oh, well, I guess I'm literature. Well, I like manga. Manga? Hey, why do you say it like that? I will hydrate as well. The fancy pinky. I'm sorry. SpongeBob referencing. I want to read manga in the club. Wait, hold on a second. That sounds great. After all the reading I've been doing all this, Yuri returns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which she sets down on an empty desk. After all the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, you don't understand the nuance. I didn't mean simple like that. Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature you're interested in? Well, not really. In that case, have you considered the anime club? Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. It's full of weird guys. Come on, is that big of a deal? Manga's literature, right? She said it! She said it! Also, anime club being full of weirdos. I joined an anime club in university. I also joined the Pokemon Society, Vocaloid Society, Fighting Game Community, and Board Game Society. I mostly spent time with the Pokemon Society. Some of the lovely people I met through that include... Hang on. Please work. He hasn't streamed in a while as far as I know, but I want to give him a shout out. Please. Here he is. This is the legend who was running the Pokemon Society when I was there. Doesn't know he's a streamer? Oh wow, he did an ear reveal. So, doesn't know him. He's a really nice person to be around. He sadly doesn't stream as much at the moment. I think he's focused on his work and everything. He is a great yo-yo YouTuber, yo-yo streamer. When he was streaming, he was doing a lot of yo-yo tricks. It was always impressive. He's done some really good videos as well for it. Like, all I could do was walk the dead dog, aka yo-yo goes down, drag it along the floor. But I joined the anime society where we would watch first 5 of certain animes. So that's how I came across Full Metal Alchemist, Gurren Lagann, Konosuba. Some slice of life animes, there's like ones that's like, I can never communicate and that's the reason I'm depressed or something like that. I can't remember a lot of the names of the stuff we were there for. Gurren Lagann is another one that I want to continue though after it. 7 Deadly Sins I believe we watched because I continued watching it afterwards. And that one stuck with me. So, though it was a majority of guys, I met some really nice girls in the anime club. So, Natsuki, pop you on the nose because you're wrong. Sora wa chigayo yo. I mean, I guess you could consider the literal definition of literature then, technically. I get it, look. I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I just please join? I won't bother anyone. If I can just, like, keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll literally do whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right? Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, thank you! You're the best! I have most of it crammed in my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it. She was keeping it in her locker beforehand! Because she can't keep it at home because her dad will beat the shit out of... This is why I really want to put, and this is why I emphasize in... For those who don't know, the side stories for my OC Haruki, these side stories are actually the weekends. Instead of being actual side stories, like this, because these are mod, they take place during chapter, what? Before the Sayori event. With Yuri's, when he gets back, he finds her turned. She pulls up her sleeves, he presses, she does nothing. But during the art, that is a split hot dog. During the creativity, he actually grabs her arm. And her reaction lets him know that something's wrong. He doesn't mean to grab her arm, he does. So for Yuri, he finds out that she's cutting. And he offers venting art as an alternative. Maybe using a red pen. That is a very, very split long dog. Now I'm hungry for hot dogs. Wait, who's that from? Who is that from? Uniho. Uniho. Hey. You gave the club slices of a hot dog. I'm pretty sure they're not going to complain. Ah, Doggo Art VTuber. Ah. Yeah, so in Yuri's story, he presents her with vent art as an alternative to hurting herself. Using a red pen, using red paint. Red paint, by the way, inspired by that animation where she gets the paintbrush. And just starts spinning. I love that animation so much. Just puppy eyes. Bin. But that's how he tries to help her. Natsuki, when Haruki comes home and hanging out with Natsuki, he hears her talking to her dad on the phone, getting really angry. And after the phone call, which she put down quickly, it's very clear she's stressed out. Though she presses to start the cooking, it comes out burnt. Oh, there's a streamer I recognize. That's a streamer's emote I recognize. If it isn't one of my siblings. My VTuber siblings. Yeah, so they try and cook the first batch of cupcakes, but it comes out burnt. Now, Natsuki gets angry at this and blurts out about her abuse in front of Haruki. It does take him back. I know I mentioned it, but it's okay. You don't have to put on the sirens. Haruki takes her away from the whole situation. Takes her to his room. Says, pick out a manga. Pick out one of my mangas from the collection. We'll go downstairs in a second. We'll read it. Just pick one out. Whichever one appeals to you. So they end up sitting on the sofa reading manga. And Haruki actually offers Natsuki the spare room if she ever needs it. And that was an idea that I had back when I was role-playing as Haruki. He would almost adopt her as a little sister. Because she is little sister vibes. Natsuki stands up. Need some help? No, I got it. I don't want you looking at my locker. If you say so. But there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out then. Natsuki exits the club room, leaving everyone in silence, save for the sound of Yuri sipping her tea. Noisy sip. I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun. Maybe, but I mean, she's like no interest in literature, you know? That's like normally fine. But she's actually participating in club activities like it's some kind of an obligation. Her tea's gonna get cold. Yeah, wait, that's not related. Well, And I think everyone deserves a chance, especially if we can bring her happiness. Besides, maybe she'll take a liking to literature. Are you sure you just don't want to read her manga, Sayori? Yeah. I mean, you've got a Yuri Sip emote on your Discord, don't you? I've just got this. Hey, who do you think I am? Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just feel really uneasy about it. Do you have any opinions, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone, and that includes me, so... Does that mean I bother you? No, you're a pleasure to be around. I was just fishing for a compliment. I know. But still, I really think we should give her a chance. Yeah, alright. But am I really going to start enforcing club activities? I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly, the three of them hear a thump against the door. What was that? Siri stands over to the wall, to the door, and opens it. Thank you. Carrying 3 boxes of what is presumably manga. Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That's quite a collection. Siri giggles in excitement. While catching her breath, Natsuki replies, "There's still one more box. I can't put them all away myself. I know how to organize them." Monica anxiously glances, I would say glazes again, between Siri and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to kick the club into gear before everyone gets too complacent. It seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. At the next club meeting, Monica is the first to arrive. But ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monica paces, trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? While Monica thinks, the club room opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Monica forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help? No, I got it. Monica awkwardly tries to start some kind of conversation, but fails. Curiously, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki is stashing all of her manga. Once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colours and cute-looking artwork. You know, the top shelf's rather empty. Maybe we could keep it up there. I can't reach up there. That would be so inconvenient. Yeah, but... the teacher's gonna ask what all his manga's doing in here, and I'll have to tell him it's for the literature club. So? Monica backs off and slumps into a desk. With all this kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulated over the past few weeks is being sucked right out of the room. Good afternoon! Sayori spins into the club room. Oh, I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah, because I have this. Sayori brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic. I found some money and got a cookie. Ooh, that's so pretty. As Sayori trots over to the closet, the colourful shelves catch her eye. Ooh, which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way! I saved all my luck to find that money. If you want entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. Okay, in the D&D game, Natsuki's definitely the one trying to make it into an anime. Boo. Defeated, Sayori unwraps a cookie and breaks it off a piece for Natsuki. Then Yuri silently walks into the club room. Monica glances at her with pleading eyes, Yuri returning a quick nod of understanding. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it'd be great if we found something to do as a group. How's that sound to everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I'd like to hear ideas too. Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone else's interests. Maybe we could each have a person I date share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe. Something tells me that... Monika glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Maybe we can come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. I think we should all collectively try and expand our interests, rather than just stick to the things we're familiar with. Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say that you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do? Well, yeah. Doesn't make it okay if you just ignore everyone else's preferences. I like Sayori's suggestion. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but... Monika's voice trails off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it increasingly difficult to relent to her demands. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on anything? Natsuki, are you sure that you don't have any other literary interests you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if you keep your manga in here, but I just... Natsuki cuts Monika off by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious I'm not wanted here, so I'm just gonna leave. But I really appreciate being more upfront about it. Okay. I kinda think you're jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room. Oh no. Suri runs after her, leaving just Monika and Yuri. For the second time today, Monika slumps down into a desk. Why am I such a jerk? No. She's a jerk. She's the one making me feel this way. Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. She probably just went looking for the smallest club she could find, so she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the other clubs? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Monika sighs. Me either. I have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's wrong to enforce the club vision. You know, like, people should join because they want to express that passion for literature, or at least develop it. So maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Monika sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't want to add anything. You can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? Well, I just can't comfortably read in the atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh, well, great. I'm ruining the whole club then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustrations, and I guess guilt. It's like my frustrations want me to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Ugh. Why is it the hardest to be rational during the times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. She has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club. Your club. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even storing it for her makes her completely indebted to you. Well, you're right, but I don't know. Isn't it kind of harsh to say things like that it's ridiculous and it has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything to avoid associating the club with it. So I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, recalling her confrontations with Natsuki, a realization starts to settle in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything beside manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that it's nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset I'd let myself do that. With a sigh, Monika walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colourful shelves. It's just... this isn't really what I had in mind for a club about literature. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monika starts defending her position once again. It's a complicated issue that Monika has failed to consider before now. Where's the line even drawn? What's considered literature? Lost in thought, all alone, she reaches into one of the larger box sets and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls, striking cute and extravagant poses, all dressed in short skirts. Yeah, I mean, amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monica opens the book. We have one more side story left. Why does she look like an MMD model? Like a default MMD model, right there. Arms crossed and like the slightly moved leg. I don't know, is it just me? Ah, so I am missing one poem. I think I'm missing I'll Be Your Beach, which is one of Yuri's. Which I'm surprised I missed. So I might have to go and try and get that one. Oh, this sucks. Why is Monica such a jerk? She should be grateful that I'm joined a stupid club. It's not like she can find any members. Look at the end on the list. End on the list, sorry? Monica's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. When you're done, at the end of the list. Oh, the concept arts. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Oh, okay. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. So what if I'm into manga? Why can't just one person accept that instead of being so conceited about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on, that's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean like that. I just want to support you. Natsuki sighs. I know, thanks. It just really sucks. Do you want me to talk to Monica? I don't know. It's not like it's gonna change her opinion of me. Like, even if you were to convince her to back off, that wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome in the club. No, I should just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out, please. Let me smash. Please. I didn't say it. I didn't say it to Sayori. Oh, don't worry. Hang on a second. Why does the music skip like that? Sure, I'll use this. Evie? Let's get a few more creases in that brain of yours, shall we? I mean, I'm the vice president, or at least I think I am. You had nothing! I'm not down bad! And I don't want you to leave. Especially, everyone deserves to feel welcome. And to be happy. So I want to make that happen for you. No, only smooth. Bet. You have just signed your own fate your next stream that I'm in. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the literature club? Well, Natsuki hesitates. It's kind of dumb. Don't say that. There's no such thing as dumb reasons. Everyone's welcome. I wasn't welcome. You were to me. So, just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monica. I promise. Natsuki sighs. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care what anyone else thinks. But you know, besides the literature say you can be yourself or whatever. So I decided it was at least worth a shot. But that was a lie, apparently. Natsuki gently kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall. Oh, and I like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monica? Because she's being so judgmental that I didn't just want to tell her something she wanted to hear. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. If she knew I was into writing, she would just be like everyone else and just try to push me away from the manga in favor of the more mature thing. I agree. Now, I relate to so much of this characters. I relate to Yuri's social anxiety. I relate to obviously, the depression of Sayori. And Natsuki's childishness. I hate it when people look at me and say, oh, you shouldn't have the body pillow. You should get something more mature. You shouldn't be reading manga. You should be more mature. You shouldn't be playing Yu-Gi-Oh. You should be more mature. How about you shut the fuck up? How about if I tell you to shut the fuck up? Is that mature? I'm using the F word. Is that mature? Arrgh, anger. And now thanks to this game, I'm starting to relate to Monika as well. I'm seeing Monika's loneliness. The two of them remain silent for a while. Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room, for today at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. Exactly! It's part of the club vision of hers to be welcomed. You deserve to express yourself, as much as everyone else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm just gonna do everything I can to fix this. I promise. Exactly. People shouldn't knock things till they've tried them. It's lunchtime the next day. The cafeteria and hallways are bustling with students rushing to meet with their friends and make the most of their limited time break. Where could she be? Among us, is Monika. Who always eats lunch in the classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monika decides to find her during lunch so that she can make amends. Among us? Among us? Amugus? After searching for an extensive time, Monika finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out in the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monika's afraid to get closer. Natsuki's with some friends, who Monika doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. It would be really tactless just to interrupt them. Oh yeah. Did you end up joining the literature club or what? Huh? Of course I joined. Why wouldn't I? I told you she would join. Come on. I know she would join because you wouldn't stop giving her crap over the anime club. I told you. I don't want to join that stupid club. Oh, sure. Well, you have to give her at least some credit at least to make an effort to finally grow past that trash. Yeah, true. Congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you. Oh, shut up. Just let me do my thing. That shut up. All I can think is Knuckles. Shut up.
I'm just joking. You know we love you. Yeah. Once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book. What? You gonna buy her smutty fan fiction?
The game heard me earlier. I'm terrified.
Hang on. Natsuki's smutty fanfiction.
Well, obviously. I want a signed copy.
That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown out of it by now?
I told you I was joking. Besides, it's gonna remember how far you've come since then. Not to mention, you could have done it about us. Then give us a pass to joke about it.
Yeah, sure.
It grabs stuff fast, brings a tear to my eye.
Natsuki suddenly glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. Jesus Christ, her friends are bitches! See, because I played the last chapter first, I didn't think it was that bad. I know they said they make jokes, but Jesus Christ, they were just laying into her. That's not being a friend, that's being an asshole. We've already got one of those. No human needs to have more assholes. Jesus. Also, I see that. What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. I'm hardly better than them after the way I treated her. Ugh. I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. After school ends, Monica distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. That's alright, buddy. Stay safe, alright? Monica picks up a desk and slumps into it, something she's been doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I suck at handling anything that doesn't go, like, exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like, the literature club is a place where you get to express yourself. Unless it's in a way I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. And I'm especially mad I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. So much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just, like, a ton on my mind. No? I enjoy listening. Really? Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Oh, well, okay. Well, I guess I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah, well, Natsuki has kind of a blunt attitude, you know? It made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that. That the literature would help her grow out of manga? She made me so mad. Just, like, let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? When I had that thought, it was then I came around to the realization that I was kind of doing the same thing. Just in a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something, but I just dismissed it. No, I actually try to avoid acknowledgement at all. I even did that with you, Yuri, when you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing. So I was kind of trying to dismiss it, but then Suri jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't. Because I just let Suri handle it instead. And now I'm repeating the same mistake. Except I really hurt someone this time. Monica shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. Like, I can just picture how much joy would bring Natsuki if I let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that, but I'm gonna get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah, I'll get them back. By making this the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Suddenly, Sari bursts through the door, making Monica and Yuri jump. With a rare stern face, she marches over to Monica's desk and sits down next to her. I am having an intervention! I can do that, because I'm the Stat Vice President. Is this about Natsuki? Yes! Yeah, I know. I'm messed up, I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it. Really? I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened and probably just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what the literature club's supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her. Oh. Yay! I did it! Thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page. Friendship wins again! So, how did you want to make it up to her? I have a plan. Sorry, do you know if Natsuki's coming to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. I see. Monica was afraid of that. Not because of a plan, but because she's facing the consequence of the damage that she inadvertently caused. But the only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's so easy just to duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. But that's not enough. To truly respect someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you can get her to come to tomorrow's meeting? I can do that. Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything. Thank you for being my friend. You're a good listener. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today it's going to be a pretty quiet club meeting. I'm going to step outside for a bit if that's okay. Yeah, I'm just going to read with Yuri. Hey, is that one of Natsuki's book? How come it's out here? Sherry picks up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that. Natsuki probably just left it out by accident. But I thought she hasn't been coming to the club. Actually, Monika's been... Okay, Yuri. I'm sure it was someone else who was using the classroom then, okay? Monika smiles at them both. Then with a wave, she exits the club room. Monika, is manga your cheeky passion? I really shouldn't have left that out. If Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki. And then things would get really awkward. Now, I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. Why does she want a keyboard? It's time for the next club meeting. Has already arrived. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. Oh, I'm so worried. Do you think Sayori's going to be able to bring Natsuki? Yeah? How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. You know, you're right. Do you know what? That is the best reason. Why did she make you smile so much? She's Sayori. How did she save your life? She's Sayori. What makes you think she can eat 20 double chocolate chip cookies without throwing up? She's Sayori. Time slowly passes. Monika sits, then stands up to pace around, then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room. We're here! Welcome back. Monika, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monika is struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand in front of the club room just like this, striking the picture just who may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with their own struggles, her own reasonings for seeking the vision that Monika had admittedly so vaguely advertised. Seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monika takes a deep breath and returns to the present. Okay, everyone, the literature club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Monika turns around to face the chalkboard. On it, she writes manga in big letters. Today, we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature. Manga. Oh, come on! Isn't this kind of forced? I know you don't actually want to do this, so just... Monika shakes her head. Natsuki, this is the hardest part. After making it this far, it'd be so easy just to smile and move on. But that's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me to not take you seriously when you were kind enough to show me your interest in my club. I thought about it, and I realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So, can I make it up to you? Thanks, but I'm not only doing it because Sayori told you to. Wait, that's not true. Monika planned this all by herself. I didn't get a chance to talk to her. I was witness to that as well. This is the Literature Club. The Literature Club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our own differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And well, it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So, I just want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think you deserve to share that joy as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb. The stuff I'm into. Monika smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye. If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh. Except for me. Sayori, you're not dumb either. My heart! Every time! What the heck? You guys are so weird. Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. Kind of a pro. But I didn't want you to just like me just for that. Wow, really? I really had you all wrong, Natsuki. Yeah, whatever. Today's not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready. A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the literature club. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member has received a day to spotlight, to share their favourite interests of kind of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monika approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry home or anything? Me? No, not particularly. Why? Oh, there was just something I wanted to show you, if you had a few minutes. Sure, what is it? It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room? The music room? Why? Well, you'll see. The music room. The music room is our final destination. This is the only time we've seen this. You know, I was thinking back. When the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about it being a place where people could express themselves. She said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club what I needed myself, more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself. Like, things I probably am always too stubborn to admit. Oh, come on, you can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. Just like bought a bunch of manga. And I got fussy when I didn't have to my way. It's really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it. No, honestly, I needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I wouldn't have realized that I'd done something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. Goes for you too, chat, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected. Again, chat, agreed. It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, like, I shouldn't really care what other people think in the first place. But when you're just criticized by everyone around you for a certain way, it can be really hard to brush it off. It makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. Like, I'm not doing enough to please everyone. Am I being too entitled just because I want people to like me without me having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am. I usually that sometimes people try and appreciate me for who I actually am. As Monika listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her, and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I could only wish I was as strong as you are, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm like, always trying to come as perfect for other people. Anytime there's like a hint of contention, I just crumble. But I think it's thanks to you that I really started to think about this stuff. You really inspired me to start working on it. But, well, like I said, I didn't even do anything. You were just being yourself. That's all you needed to do. Also, there's something else. Monika takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga. What? You? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, I just felt like kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it. I can't believe you, of all people, were reading manga behind my back. That's so funny. Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of my curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. One of the chances, right? You were reading Parfait Girls? Wow, you have good taste. Just one volume. I kind of picked out randomly. Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me your favorite parts. Well, I think it was some kind of weird fate. Because the character just isn't in the literature club. She also plays piano. It's just weird because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was like the perfect person I always wish I was. If I just did what I wanted instead of always second guessing myself. Monika walks over to the piano and sits down. Oh! I always feel like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself. The parts that will impress people and make them like me more. So Monika doesn't start learning piano because of the player in here. Which is good. But after you join the club, I realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experience allows us to share emotions. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this, because if it wasn't for you, I would have never started playing. I mean, the credit for that one goes to Parfait Girls, not me. No, Well, maybe it's true that Parfait Girls put me in the right thought in my head, but it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day. Every day. Because, you know, you just made me feel like if there's something I want to do, I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing very long. And I'm really not good at it yet. Like, at all. Holy shit! That's exactly what she says to us as the player before your reality. But I wrote a song for the club, and I worked really, really hard. And that's literally her lines! It doesn't have any words or anything, but yeah, well... Holy shit! My heart! Monica! I hope she escaped. I hope the law is that she escaped. And I only wish she had escaped into our reality so that there would be a chance that I could one day meet her. And maybe ask if she could bring Sayori out as well. Help Sayori get out, if she can. Give Sayori, go into the files, give Sayori a heightened conscience and get her out here. That's just me being selfish though. But I would love to meet a real world Monica. Just because I could see myself being her friend. At least. And then again, there is a certain someone in the chat that I do consider could be a real world Monica. With how generous and kind she is. Not that she hears me. She might, but hey. Oh, look at them all. Oh, my heart. That's all. That was so good. It was? Yeah, are you kidding? You're already like a pro. Not even close. Does that song have a name? You said it was about the club, so yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note. Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But it's like I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me. It should be about everyone else. And it's all about you, who helped me shape the club into what it is. I would never change that. Well, I think it's really thoughtful. And kind of flattering. I kind of feel like I don't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. I feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things, and I got frustrated after not getting my way into the club. So, yeah. I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right. It's fine. I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you're thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing. Well, I wonder who I got it from. Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, as long as as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit it's a form of literature. You can't take that back now. You got me. The closet's all yours. I'll tell you what. I'll bring a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return. What kind of little something? Oh, you'll see. I don't think you'll be disappointed. The next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. So Natsuki bringing her cupcakes. And that is all the side stories. But, did I just see something? Equals! Oh, I'm not ready! Please, I'm not ready. We got all the first ones. We're missing 2 bottom poems. I don't think I'm ready for this. Summer Monica! Summer Dress Monica! Yes! I don't know if I'm ready for this. We have one last. side story. This is going to be hard because everyone. Okay, everyone. We're going to be taking a break from the unusual activities today. I was thinking, as people are starting to talk about the festival, it's a good time to go over the general direction of the club and all that. No, not the festival. Please, no. I hope it will help us figure out what to do for the festival, you know? Oh, Sarah and I already came up with a good plan. Really? For the festival? Yeah, so the plan is this, okay? You and Yuri collect information ahead of time on which clubs and classes are doing food booths. Then we take a map, we plan the most efficient route, so we get the most of them before the lines get too long. Hey, that has nothing to do with the club. Well, you have to let me finish. Alright, fine, go ahead. Right, so basically we get all the food we can, then we come back here and we eat together. That's all. I got tricked twice by the same joke. Boo. Don't be a little hater. It's not like you can come up with anything better. Look, even Yuri was thinking about it. No, I wasn't. I would really prefer to do something literature related. We can eat together anytime. The festival is a unique opportunity. Besides, it's already been quite a while since I've seen any new interest in the club. You know, I was thinking the same thing. We really got a shot at showing people what the literature club's all about. I'll tell you what, we can do both, right? We'll make it time for your food mission, and we'll still put together a public event. Oh my gosh, yes! I was just joking, but I really like the idea. Well, I'm glad that's settled. I think the question is, how to come up with an event that demonstrates everything you can get out of the literature club? And that's kind of tough, because everyone gets something different out of the club. Okay, how about this? Let's go around and have each of us talk about what we've gotten out of the club so far. That could really help us figure out what kind of reputation we want to build. Yeah! That's too embarrassing. Hello, Alex. We are currently on the final side story. Turns out there was a secret seventh. Aw, but you have so much to talk about. That's exactly why. And I'm sure Natsuki feels the same way. Well, maybe. But I didn't plan on arguing against it or anything. I mean, it's the literature club. We'll talk about stuff together, right? And the only way to get more comfortable is to suck it up and do it. How are you doing today, by the way, Alex? Oh, you're not wrong. I'm sorry for being resistant. It's good to say suck it up. It's not good to say suck it up because it sounds like your feelings don't matter. Right, my bad. It's just a habit I need to break. Well, anyway, who's gonna start? I'll start. I was the first to join after all. Wouldn't that be me? No, I want to go first. Fine. You can start, I don't mind. I'm doing really good today. Yay! So, gosh, it feels like so long ago. I think I joined because I wanted to start having fun, sharing poems with people. It seemed like it'd be a good way to express myself. You know, like, if it's just a poem, then I can share without feeling like I'm burdening everyone with my problems. And though I thought it would be a good way to get to know other people too. So yeah, I was really surprised when I walked in it was just Monica. And she was sleeping. Don't remind me of that, oh gosh. Yeah, but it seems so much fun to help start a new club. Especially since writing helped me so much. I wanted to see it help other people too. But it ended up being me who was inspired. Because I remember feeling Monica was just so sweet and mature that I could trust her with anything. It made me feel a lot less alone, having someone who knew even the bad things about me. And at that point, I knew the literature club was going to be special for a lot of people. Yeah, I felt the same way. It really helped me give the club a more cohesive vision. Yeah, and then Yuri joined, and she was different from us, and Natsuki too. I think for Yuri, it really helped me to take the lead back before she wanted to open up a little. But Natsuki was kind of the opposite. When she wasn't ready to get really close to someone really quickly, I never really thought about that kind of thing. I feel really like I've got to understand people better and their different needs. And that makes me really happy, because my friends are the most important thing to me. And whatever new members we get, I want to help them get into those ways too. I don't know if I would have continued coming to this club if it wasn't for you. Really? Mm-hmm. I know it wasn't too long ago, but it hurts to think about my behavior back then. I was really short-sighted. The only reason I came was to find others who were into fantasy. I suppose that was my idea of making my friends with people. What happens if, because he's a collector, Haruki actually has small bits of Warhammer as well? Warhammer's like a really fun little thing. He likes his art, so Warhammer would be really good. And he makes Warhammer figures of all the characters. And I remember feeling really uncomfortable because you and I have such different energy. I had such a specific idea about the kind of person I could be friends with. So when Sayori tried to get to know me, I felt like I was just wasting her time. I think I was so naive to assume that she had similar interests and the key components of friendship. Sayori and I were able to be friends because she always thinks about the needs of other people. There's something I never knew how to do, or even thought to do. But I stayed in the club, and thanks to that, I started trying as hard as I could to understand people better. You really went above and beyond when it came to that. I was just super impressed. Well, I always hated that, and I didn't know you had to behave like a person who was easily liked by others, like the two of you can. Because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behavior, and all the wrong things I said. But the whole time, I should have been thinking about the other people instead, not myself. Once I started doing that, I was able to make friends with everyone. Oh, and also, I discovered that I'm a better communicator when I take time to write, rather than speak. It's so strange the way things turned out. It's so different from anything I would have ever expected. But I'm happy. I suppose we don't always know what we really need. Oh my gosh, you're so cute, I'm gonna throw up. Please don't do that, Sayori. Besides, I'm not cute. Hey, isn't that my line? Oh, well, for me it's actually true, so... What are you saying? Nothing. I finished my part, so someone else take their turn. My heart! Sayori, are you sure? Wait, maybe I am Sayori. Holy shit, maybe I am Sayori. Sayori, take some deep breaths. Okay, fine, I'll go. Yuri, I can't believe you were complaining about me doing this. And still went off far before me. What a show off. I was just following up on Sayori. It was the easiest way to get it over with. Besides, you left out the most important thing to get out of this club. I did? Yeah. A regular supply of your favorite cupcakes. Oh no! I forgot that too. I'm traded to the Cupcake Queen. Neither of you are forgiven. Looks like only Monica will be getting cupcakes next time. No! I can't eat that many cupcakes. Yeah, true. Only Yuri can. Hey! Well, anyway. I'm just putting off talking. It's kind of hard to admit this stuff. But I guess when it comes down to it, I'm in a much better place mentally than I was when I first joined. That's because everyone helped me realize that I had some really toxic friends on the outside the club. It was honestly a real pain to go through, having to cut them out. It still hurts to think about. True, it still hurts the toxic friend I cut. It still hurts, so I know you're feeling Natsuki. I'm sorry, Natsuki. It's fine. I knew it was for the best. I was right. I guess for me it's all about feelings. I was only ever ridiculed for having feelings, so I thought it was the right thing to do was just to ignore them. It took me a really long time to realize it's not how things are supposed to work. And I guess it's thanks to everyone that took that time to respect my feelings, even when I was being like the biggest jerk. I'm really sorry for being such a big jerk to everyone. I'm really the worst. Natsuki's voice chokes a little. We love you, Natsuki. I just hate that I was like that. Everyone did so much for me, and then I could never do anything in return. That's not true. Natsuki, you've done a lot more than you think. This club really wouldn't have been the same without you. I mean that. Remember how judgmental I was when you first showed up? It was like I couldn't accept anything other than my own idea of what Literature Club was supposed to be. Apparently, that was more important to me than the opportunity to bring you some happiness. You really taught me that anything that makes someone happy is worthy of respect. You even inspired me to start playing piano, so that's something that means a whole lot to me. So there's no need to put yourself down. Okay. Natsuki wipes her eyes. You helped me a lot too. It's so much fun to have you around. You help me become a better person. Having a problem that doesn't make you needy or inconvenient. It just means that there's something that can be done better for you, and that you always deserve that. I agree. Seeing us have the same struggles made me a better person as well. I wouldn't want to change anything about our time here. I don't think any of us would. I'm sorry, I got all dramatic again. That's all I wanted to say, so Monica can go now. There's no need to apologize. It was something I wanted to talk about anyway, because it made a big difference for me. I was always such a strict perfectionist who never took enough time to believe in the best of other people. But everyone kept proving me wrong. I made the mistake multiple times thinking that my way was the best for everyone, or thinking that I needed to solve other people's problems. But I think being a leader means you just have to acknowledge that you're not perfect, and that the best thing you can do is to help guide people, rather than do everything for them. We're all good people. We're all equals. I feel that's the most important thing I've gotten out of the club, realizing what that means. So, what are you doing? I just thought we should be writing some of these down. Things about the club that have value to us. With a piece of chalk in her hand, Suri writes the first word, trust, on the chalkboard. This is because you showed me I could trust you with everything about me, not just my good side. Suddenly, Yuri takes a piece of chalk as well. She writes understanding. These are the titles! These are the titles of the side stories! I owe a lot of gratitude to everyone who took the time to understand me, even though I thought it was a little different for me to express myself. In that case, Monica takes a piece of chalk and writes the word respect. I always thought I was a respectful person, but it took the club for me to realize that there was a lot more to it than I thought. I'm a better person because of it. Oh, I have another one! Suri writes balance. Sometimes people want to be different of things out of friendship, or just because they need time. So it's important to keep things balanced between you and the other person. That reminds me. Yuri writes reflection. I've always been a reflective person, but mostly it has never been more than hating myself for all the things I did wrong. Once I started reflecting on other people, and not just myself, a lot of things changed for me. So I think that's the most important thing for me. That's great, we have a whole list of things now. Suddenly, everyone turns to look at Natsuki. Well, everyone took all the chalk. Don't look at me like that, jeez. You could have just asked. Monica hands a piece of chalk to Natsuki. Then Natsuki sighs and writes self-love. I don't know how far I've gone with it yet, but it feels like things are at least on the right track. So, there's my contribution. Together, everyone stares at the words on the board. Wasn't the club supposed to be about literature? It is. We still do a lot of literature. Friendship and literature. Yeah, you're right. Friendship and literature. Natsuki and Yuri gently nod as well. Hey, let's all take a picture together. Oh, I'm not ready for this. We don't have one right yet. Hey, you're right. Make sure you send it to me after. Wait, can I brush my hair first or something? Oh, you're fine. You probably have the best hair out of all of us. Everyone, get together. I can't fit you all in. Okay. Okay, everyone ready? And click. Let's see the picture. My heart's not ready for this. Oh, it's not showing it right now. Oh, I'm really glad we talked about this stuff. It's easy to forget how far we've come, with only 4 members. Yeah, I have so many happy thoughts right now. I'm getting some really good inspiration for a poem. You know, I feel the same way. I kind of want to get some writing done. Me too. I think I would like that as well. Everyone's looking at me again. I'll do it too, but I might not feel like sharing it. That's okay. The 4 members of the Literature Club disperse and return to their desks, each equipping themselves with a pen. Natsuki and Yuri give each other a quick glance and start writing immediately. Suri stretches, then does the same, but Monica is left tapping her pen against the paper, unsure where to start. Just move your hand. Monica mouths to herself. Write the way into your heart. Her mind is full of thoughts, memories, inspirations. Monica navigates past her mental barriers and begins to write. It doesn't matter what, just that it's something new. And this is how her sentience comes forth. Oh, fuck! Man! Oh, fucking hell! Everyone, thank you so much. Everyone on the stream, everyone of this development team. Thank you so much for enjoying the stream with me. Fucking hell, I can't stop myself. I'm sorry guys, give me a second. Hold it back. I'm getting muscle spasms. And like last time, we're being presented with all the earned artwork. Where's my Sayori right now? I need a hug. I need a really warm hug right now. Because this game, man. I'm not skipping as well, just in case. The poem Monica writes, which becomes the song, exactly. Just move your hand right the way into your heart. And if, in this world of infinite choices, what will it take for me to have this much day? Thank you, dear player, for enjoying our story of friendship and literature. I'm actually... I don't want it to... Oh my god! Oh, look at them. I don't want it to be over, but we have one last mail, I suppose. I suppose we have one last mail to look at. Oh! Makes me think of conventions. Let's always pull a funny face at the last one. RE ethics. Simply put, it's not our job to arbitrarily decide upon the code of ethics. Just because we're the first ones to do this, to our knowledge. It's the government's job to figure out, long after we've made headway, for it to no longer apply to us. It's fundamentally flawed to apply ethical reasoning to this, anyway. Because humanity's code of ethics is based upon nothing more than our knowledge and understanding of life forms similar to ourselves. We don't have ethics for killing bacteria or plants, only for creatures that we can convincingly project our emotions onto. These humans in our VM operate completely different from us, so it's a fundamental level. Therefore, should not be taken more seriously than a time machine that's programmed to print, "I feel sad." We're engineers, not philosophers. And that's it. That's 100% on the game, other than, you know, some of the stuff missing. We have now completed all side stories. Now the things we are missing are some of the extras, which is a shame that it's not 100%. But I can't bring myself to play the main story again, guys. I'm really sorry, but I just can't put that forward again. So, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that joined. I want to say a massive thank you to the raids, the love, everything that's been throughout this stream. Oh, fucking hell. I think I need to go lay in bed now. So we are going to look at someone to raid off into, okay? would do a little bit more, but I just need to sleep. I think I just need to lay in bed right now. Who is currently live that we could run to? Do you guys want to run into some Minecraft, or do you want to run into some Animal Crossing? I will leave this one up to you guys. Animal Crossing or Minecraft? Please make a decision. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I knew it would hurt, but I didn't expect this much. You know what? Let's cross into the Minecraft player. Omni Enigma. This is another sibling to my VTuber self. Animal Crossing? Okay. Animal Crossing he's just got offline. Well, I'm kind of glad. Oh no, there he is. Sonic Alpha. Playing Animal Crossing new content. Oh, I will. Evie, if you're still around, I think I'm going to need to chat with you, my friend. Anyway, we're going to raid off into Sonic Alpha playing Animal Crossing. Wait, slash raid, isn't it? So please go ahead and show us some love. Again, thank you for everyone who joined, everyone on YouTube. Thank you for joining me for this adventure. I'll see you guys next time. And by next time, I mean probably 2 weeks' time for some Pokemon, as I'm currently away next week. Anyway, guys, go have some fun. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye!